Without its colorful staff, cast of regulars and posing tourists, the Union feels hollow. The front bar and lounge are deserted except for a handful of guests. Welcome back, folks. My little hoardlings. Come one, come all, to some more Shadowrun. The game that never fails to amaze me with its seriously beautiful graphics. Miss Kabuta is in the back! Alright, she's in the back. Is she getting it in the back? Or she's in the back? Hey, I just swept there! Gathered around the intimate back bar. Mrs. Kubota and her courtier gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausage fills the room. Oh, hell! Would you like some? She stops. Forgive me, Omai, but you look like hell. Thanks. Just the welcome I was looking for. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activity. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. No one to follow you. I can tell you've been busy. I can see by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is it about the Ripper? Yep. I found some DNA evidence and need help analyzing it. That is excellent. I will unlock the piano so you may go downstairs. I am certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. Yum yum. Mr. Clue. Evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clue? There's been more talk of the Ripple killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of victims all being human. There's more to it than just that, and most people are ignorant bastards. Well, I wouldn't go that far. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock. You're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Clue, but he reins himself in with the roll of his thick shoulders and smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not going to start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. Looks like we have no choice but to transition down to the basement. I'm actually speaking with one of the creators of the game Ballroom right now on Steam. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to the ID, the Ripper. The Matrix, a cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid. The worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body is left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world, and more locked door security countermeasures and black ice, or black IC, that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked, if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. They call the black and white ICs actually known in slang terms as ICE. We have a whole bunch of karma to spend. 16 points so far. So. Got the stash down here, ho. I didn't even use my med pack. I only used one med pack on that last mission. Morning, you look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action too. Where's Doc Castle? Sleep, I assume. Do you need a med kit or something? I need something to analyze a DNA sample. Doc Castle's equipment really isn't set up for that. He considers for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip that could decode DNA usage of voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? The owner's identity. Oh, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Ronstock, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Whose blood is it? Could be the Emerald City Ripper. No dreck! He turns to Johnny excited. Wake up, Johnny boy, you've got work to do. And Ronstock, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got the second wind. Meet you at the rig, Ronstock. Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be Ares' flight recorder, would it? Some powerful buyers are looking for the right now. I could get rid of it for you, say 20%. That leaves 2,000 new yen for you. Deal. Pleasure doing business. Alright, so I'm rolling in the buckazoids. Rolling in the buckazoids and the karma points. I know right away that I want this double tap. That didn't save because I could throw into another body too. That sounds good to me. I want to be able to take some damage as well. It's time to get in that matrix. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have information we need to track the Ripper to the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal. He was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's great, Professor. What's the plan? We hit Lone Star DNA base first to see if our donor has prior criminal record. They have an extensive DNA archive. Then we go hunting based on what we'd find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into the private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? Not shit. I have a Tronet here. It's a headband you wear. I'll let you piggyback me in the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Alright. I get to piggyback on Johnny Clean. I can't wait. Of course, I didn't buy any programs or ESPs for Johnny to use. That's okay. We're in! Your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine the way it feels for him. And Raku Kraftwerk. Alright, we're jacked in. I guess that's the eject out. Line of sight, I'm assuming. Our different abilities. Killer, a powerful attack program directed at one target. 75 IP damage. Increases your chance to hit versus enemy for 3 rounds. Medic and suppression. Creates an attacker expert system program. Okay, hopefully they're going to train me on what this shit means, because I don't know. That arc will take us to the next node. The data stored ahead is defended by intrusion countermeasures. Took your ass out. Whoa. It's gonna be like that, huh? Sei's down. Let's see if there's a match for fingerprints. DNA match located. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject: Silas Forsberg, deceased. Chop shop surgical assistant. Blah blah blah. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. 100% match to a dead man? Let's keep looking. We got 2 more hits on the same Silas Forsberg. Didn't like that, did you, White Ice? Oh! And I just accidentally ran there. Autopsy records. Silas Forsberg, subject found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated and probably self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm no next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This keeps getting weirder. Alright, let's return to the other arch, whatever. Okay, just getting bombarded right away, that's nice. Guess I'm gonna throw down some killer on your ass. Don't be bum rushing me. White Eyes attack! Okay, you're gonna give it better accuracy, but since I'm gonna kill it this round, that really doesn't mean shit. And just for doing that, you get killer! Missed! Bullshit. The game order never misses. Oh, didn't miss that time, you little bastard. All incoming damage plus 25%. Let's make short work of this bastard. Newsnet. Return on subject. Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in the apartment in Sonomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities even. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass puncture wounds, and cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all his belongings to his psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns, yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Now that might be something we can go on. Let's regroup and meet. Meet space for a bit? What? Fuck. Oh, meet space, that's right. Meat space is what Deckers call the physical realm outside of the Matrix. Where bodies are made of meat, not enough AP must crouch. Here's my question. How do you shit while you're in the Matrix? So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man, whose death was never explained. He worked at chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet said he's left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who the psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You in? Punch it, man. Alright, we're jacking back in the Matrix, I guess. Holy shit, alright. A white Sparky, I see. Missed? That could be bad. Charging 100%, that doesn't sound good. Your aim sucks. So you die. You die now. Searching medical records. Medical records file with fourth Island Former located. Alright, 2020 to 2030. One particular pediatrician entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing here, there's no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. From 2020 to 2030, we read that. What about 2030 to 2040? Data missing or corrupted. Contact your administrator, okay? The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. The latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimic speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to the case. I will inform him at the next session. Interesting. Got a name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's keep going. Find out where he works. Hacking through the Matrix. Ooh, shit. Alright, sure. Oh, okay. Just do me like that real quick. I'm gonna bust out the killer. Oh man, you gotta be shit. Johnny's getting messed up, man. That spiky icy looks mean. Oh, but not mean enough. Looks like everything's turn-based in the Matrix here. Employment records located. Henry Hollins, Holmes, medical doctor, PhD. Let's check out his previous employers even. Psychiatrist and residence, Mercy Mental Hospital. Mercy Mental Health, private practice, okay. Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and the Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Alright. Bingo! Back to meat space again! Reality is at the end of the day contextual, and as the meat world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on the world that is real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck to find that the Union safe house has risen. They just toss us more karma? Shit, yeah, they did. Saving it, man. I'm just maxing out body quickness, ranged, and rifle before I go anywhere else. That's how I play. That's how I play. See if Groberman has any more weapons. Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously put together in another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours, sunk his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface, except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, soldier! I've got a whole new slew of toys in from a supplier back east, factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in this batch you'd be interested in. How long you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see here. I left Cal Free on July 8, 2038 at 6:13 in the morning. It was a Thursday. From there I wandered a bit, plying my skills as a merc in a half-dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take to running in the shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might still be doing it today if I hadn't lost the arm. How'd you lose it? Yeah, it was also stupid. Some Aussies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back, and didn't just figure that the one I grabbed ain't a smoker. I got it off, but just one barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember that moment as well. But the arm was the big one. So take a word of advice from an old soldier. Make sure you're never holding a grenade in your hand, unless you just pulled the pin with the other. Now, if you had given you a reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get you? Let me see what you got. Going right to rifles. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's a shotgun. Ooh. Oh. Specialist assault rifle. Damage 12. Range 19. Capacity 36. Alright. Alright. So that's an upgrade. I'm buying it. I like it. An axe. Ooh, a katana. Yeah, we're gonna do katana. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the katana because you ain't a samurai without a katana. Just to get in the gate. Just so we're not totally useless. Magic, what's David Fry, what you got? David looks is almost as tired as you. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shot assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Ron Stock? Silas may have an identical twin brother. A bit out there as far as theories go. I guess we can't rule it out just yet. Did you see anything in the autopsy report that could fill in some more detail? The face was so mangled that they had to use dental records to identify him. Good catch! It matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street and no one will miss. Swap the teeth, throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. why would they need to go to such lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? Probably got in over his head on loans. He had a prior unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to the doctor. Dr. Holmes' employment records have him as an administrator at Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person this DNA belongs to. All the evidence points to him being your killer, whoever he really is. I should go find this Dr. Holmes, ask him some very pointed questions. Please pay him my respects. I always find that the high-caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends and go load it for bear. I side-loaded a ton of valuable data from the Lone Star Matrix node. Here's your cut. You're not coming? I think my part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand into a hornet's nest, but I'm a little more wary of the jobs I take these days. Just one glance is all you need to tell that the doctor's exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who's built up substantial sleep that had no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. I'm afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Doc Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seemed less fatigued than she was a moment before. Now, what can I do for you? Everything all right, Doc? Here at the Union? Yes, fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteer at a medical center on the other side of Toursville, and I had a rush shift. What happened? What always happens, some run or some deal or some meet went south. One thing led to another, etc., etc. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is that it came in the lips of the victims healthy enough to still speak. Apparently one of the Baron gangs incurred the wrath of the local Sapula rings, leading to a rolling shootout through the cities. Several bystanders were injured. But the real mess didn't begin until a party crashed into the yard of the old industrial plant out on Union Hill Road. They woke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles, let's hear about yours. I'd like to check out the cyberware. You got anything like, ooh, yeah, now we're talking. Still basic. Movement +1 will trigger. You will dodge and the first attack. You will dodge the first attack against you. I have to consider that. I'm wanting the dermal plating advanced and the legs advanced. If you're looking for runners again, I'm your guy. Discreet service only. Alright, so we're going to look at some runners here. We got some cool... Hands it down, channel! Some cool devil bitch. After my soaps are over! That about wraps it up for this video, folks. Gonna cut it a little shorter than normal. Oh, requires close combat 3. Ah. I see how you're doing me there. That's something I'll have to look into getting later then. We need to get it up to 3 before we can pump that up. A dodge is probably good to have up as well. I'm going to save it for now. I don't let too many people get close to me. So here we have Ron Stock, close combat 1, melee weapons 1, throwing 1, range 6, SMGs 1, rifle 6, and dodge 2. Might get into SMGs after we max out my rifle. I'm definitely going to stick in this realm here. I'm not going to really do anything with intelligence, willpower, charisma, or body. That'll be a different character that we do down the road. And I'll see you folks next time. I'd like to thank you for watching Shadowrun returns, and stay tuned for more yet to come.